All right. Bob Arum says he wants the Terence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight, but things just got a lot more complicated, and Bud might be the odd man out for a while. Let's talk about that and what they should do about it in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers, and thank you, supporters. So much appreciate the people that watch the videos to the end, leave comments, like, share, hit me up on Twitter, all that good stuff. Thank you to the people that support and go to the Patreon at Fanon Business and Politics. And thank you to the supporters and subscribers that attend OG Boxing Talk Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with myself, Blood Boxing, KQKC Boxing, and Kurt Sugar. Now, man, these mega fights have a way of just going poof when you don't make them quick enough. Bob Arum said that he wants to talk to Al Haymon about making the Terence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight next. Said that after the Terence Crawford, said that after the Bob Arum, man, what am I doing? He said that after the Errol Spence Jr. Shawn Porter fight. Now, all the major all the serious fans of the welterweight division, most of them have said that's the major fight in the welterweight division that they're looking for. And let's make this fight, you know, along the lines of other fights that people are trying to get made because they think they know, or we think we know, who the two best fighters in the division are. And we want to see these guys fight sooner than later. Similar to Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, right? It was that way with Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. It's like that with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. So Bob Arum is saying he's going to talk to Al Haymon about making this fight next. Now, here's the problem. Bob Arum will always talk about it, but Bob Arum will block it. But what happens with Bob Arum is Bob Arum will use the excitement of a fight, of a potential fight, to get paid off the buildup to the potential fight. Bob Arum, most times, in my observation, is more interested in selling people the idea of a fight, of a major fight, so that he can sell you the buildup or take advantage of the multiple fights that happened beforehand. And at the end of it, whether that fight happens or not, doesn't really matter because he made all his money. It's like a shell game with Bob Arum. Yeah, you're looking over here. Where's the little P? Oh, it's underneath. I see it's underneath that. It's underneath the Terence Crawford fight. No, that's not where it is. It's over here on the other fights that you're going to watch first, because that's why I always wanted you to go. Not the best analogy, but you get my point. Bob Arum is always talking about making fights. If you listen to what I just said about the example of 3 fights where these guys were supposed to match up, big fights, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. But take Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury in that. The rematch for that. The Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao fight. And now this Terence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. fight. Bob Arum stopped the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury fight. He postponed for years the Floyd Mayweather Jr. Manny Pacquiao fight. And watch this. The blame is on who? We don't know, right? It's the fighters not doing it. It was Mayweather that wasn't trying to do it. Now it's Errol Spence that's not trying to do it. It was Deontay Wilder that's gonna duck the rematch if he tries to fight anybody other than Tyson Fury. But we don't know. But at the end of the day, Bob keeps getting paid. Now, this is where some problems just took place. And here's the problem. Errol Spence wants to rematch Shawn Porter. There's not a reasonable person, a reasonable boxing fan that would not say that that's a fight that needs to happen. Errol Spence Jr. versus Shawn Porter, after that terrific fight, after the terrific fight that made a lot of money for everybody, a terrific fight that made a lot of money for everybody that the fans really enjoyed, that they wouldn't mind seeing again, a rematch between Shawn Porter and Errol Spence that has to be as good a fight as what would take place between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. You can't tell me that, and I'm not talking about who you think is the best fighter and all that. I'm talking about the action that takes place in the ring, the excitement that took place in the ring, the battle that went on in the ring, and getting your money's worth for that actual fight. It is hard to conceive that a fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. would be more exciting than that. The anticipation might be higher with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, but the actual outcome, the actual fight itself, the thrilling nature of the fight itself, I have a hard time believing that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence would match Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter. And most importantly, these guys want to make that fight happen. And Errol Spence Jr. said, "Let's run it back." My understanding is that Shawn Porter is going to say he was at the Diaz talking about rematch. Where does that leave Terence Crawford? And where does that leave Bob Arum and Terence Crawford? It leaves them trying to build up their sell fights without pitching the idea of an Errol Spence Jr. fight for the foreseeable future. Because nobody is going to be pressing Errol Spence Jr. to fight Terence Crawford instead of rematching Shawn Porter. Not unless they are completely and utterly in the pocket of a promoter. Unless they're absolutely positively in Bob Arum's pocket, there's no way anybody's going to push. Any reasonable person is going to try to push and accuse Errol Spence Jr. of ducking Terence Crawford while he's fighting Shawn Porter after they had a definitely fight of the year. Anybody says that shit, anything other than fight of the year, you're lying. A fight of the year, period. There ain't no fight was that evenly matched for a unification fight between two sanctioning bodies this year. No chance. The only thing that might have an opportunity to catch that probably could be the Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor fight, but that's not anything that is of the magnitude of an Errol Spence Shawn Porter fight. Those are two guys that are considered up and coming guys, and you got a unified champion at 140 and Jose Ramirez that those guys have to fight. But you get my point. What is Terence Crawford going to do? If this fight happens, and if Errol Spence Jr. wins, Errol Spence Jr.'s next fight more than likely is going to be a Manny Pacquiao, which takes us to 2021. Reasonably takes it to 2021. You have a fight, it's October now. It's not going to be till March that they rematch, at least 6 months. 2 months to recover. And then a 16 week, or not 16 week, a few weeks to recover, 12 week training camp. And you're going to be you're looking at the middle of March right now. And so at the middle of March, then you look for another 6 months that you only got one more fight left that year. More than likely, that's going to be a Manny Pacquiao fight. And that's a Manny Pacquiao fight between the winner of them makes sense. It makes sense for fight fans. It makes sense. So what is Terence Crawford going to do during the meantime? Fight Egis Klimas? Fight Alexander Busputin? No, man, this dude has got to find somebody to fight, somebody actually to fight. It is, and right now, Terence Crawford is riding off what he did at 140 in the 147-pound division. At a point in time, you guys are going to have to start asking, and I've asked this question before, who are you going to fight, Terence? Seriously, who are you going to fight? You got to dig somebody up. You got to either call somebody up in weight to come get you, or you got to go up in weight. You got to do like Mikey did. Do like Mikey did. Do like Canelo did. Jump up there for a fight at 154. See if you can get J-Rock. Do something explosive, right? If Errol Spence Jr. is easy, if Errol Spence Jr. is food, I'm quite sure Jamal Charlo is food too. If Errol Spence Jr. is food and all these welterweights are food, then there shouldn't be any problem with a guy named J-Rock. If you can't find somebody else. If Bob Arum is willing to say, hey man, he's looking for these mega fights, you got a unified champion at 154 pounds. and J-Rock. Seems reasonable to me, right? That would be you make you a 4-division champion. Unified for nobody can deny that you the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. You go up and beat J-Rock. If Jermell Charlo beats Tony Harris whenever that happens, go fight Jermell Charlo. If you beat Jermell Charlo, that leads perfectly well into an Errol Spence Jr. fight back in 147. But this matchup right here, it is strategically, it causes strategic issues for Bob Arum and Terence Crawford if they're serious about making big fights. If they're serious about it. If they're not serious about it, and if Bob Arum's really doing what I'm thinking he's doing, which is just coasting out, right? Getting ESPN's money, you know, Peg Leg Benavidez, Jeff Horn, Glass Joe Khan. Nah, we can't pay Kell Brook that much money. You know, we'll give Danny Garcia $3 million. That's all we can give Danny Garcia, but we can give 7 to Glass Joe. You know, hey man, the pressure's on Bud. The pressure's on Bob Arum to make a real fight. And Errol Spence, and if Terence Crawford's everything that everybody thinks he is, what I think is, hey man, him and J-Rock would be a great fight. Him and Jermell Charlo would be a great fight. And I promise you, J-Rock's not going to run from that fight. J-Rock will take that fight. And those belts can be on the line for him. Easy. There's Jaime Munguia at the WBO Jaime Munguia fight. You know perfectly well Terence Crawford can fight anybody for a WBO belt. Jaime Munguia. Do something superstarish. But let's not allow Bob Arum, because I know what I'm talking about, they're not actually going to do. I know they're not going to do that, right? They're going to wait around and they're going to accuse everybody of ducking them when they fight, while Bob Arum gives Terence Crawford fights with absolutely nobody. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.